Hi, everyone. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Rachel, and I'm on the client success team here at Early Learning Ventures. And today I am joined by Sue Kansteiner, who is the Child Care Partnership Specialist with us here at ELV in Arapahoe County. Welcome, Sue. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Rachel. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited for what we have to share with everybody today. Thank you all for joining us live, everyone who's watching. Thank you for being here. If you're new and you have not heard of Early Learning Ventures before, we are a 501c3 nonprofit based out of Colorado, and our mission is to expand access to quality and affordable childcare. I put links to our website and all of the different resources that we offer in the description or in the show notes of this video. So please check that out. You can also find our contact information there. So if you have any follow-up questions, you can always look at the show notes or the description of this video to learn more and to contact us. And since we are live today, if you have any questions that come up while we're talking, please add them to the comments. We'll be able to look through there. It's also fun if you want to just add in the comments and say hello, let us know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see. We're also hosting a giveaway right now. We're changing it up a little bit for this giveaway round. This is a 7-week long giveaway. We're currently on week 2, and we are giving away a $20 Kroger gift card. And to be entered to win, we're just asking that you add a comment to our What's Up Wednesday videos, either here on Facebook or on YouTube, and give us some back to school tips and tricks. And this could be any back to school tips and tricks. So whether that's you're a provider and you're giving some tips for other childcare providers or maybe a parent, we want to hear all about it. It's back to school time. It's a big topic right now. So add those to the comments and you'll be entered to win for our giveaway. All right, Sue, you're going to be sharing with us today about a specific episode of the Family Engagement Friday podcast. So why don't you start us off by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about your role at ELV?
Yes. So as you said, I'm a child care partnership specialist. I work in Arapahoe County. I work for Early Learning Ventures now for 5 years, and I really thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing. Um, yeah, so I work with families. I work with teachers and leadership in sites at homes and site and centers.
Awesome. Thank you. So we will have a specific What's Up Wednesday episode at the end of August where we're going to be talking all about the Family Engagement Friday podcast as a whole. But like I said, Sue's going to tell us about a particular episode that's currently in the works. So can you tell us a little bit about this episode, Sue? Tell us the story. How did this idea come to you?
So the name of this podcast is called Coffee and Crumbs with First Time Working Moms. A little
Adorable.
catchy title there. So I happened to be in our office one day and I walked into the lunchroom and to get some water, and there were a few people sitting there having lunch, and a couple of the people on this panel happened to be sitting there, and um, they were talking, and I really don't know what we were talking about, but I heard they were talking a little bit about being parents and different things, and we just were conversing for a while, and I said, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if you could be on a podcast for Family Engagement Fridays?" To talk about being a mother, first time mom. And to my surprise, they both agreed. And then we came up with 2 other people to join us. They're all early learning ventures. So we have 4 first time working moms with early learning ventures that are together on a panel. And we did our first recording this morning. And they are talking about their experience as a mom. They're talking about their highlights, their struggles, all different kinds of things, and just sharing their experiences.
That's really exciting and perfect timing to talk about this today, right? That's exciting that you just recorded the first episode.
Yeah, it went well.
Good. So what are you hoping that listeners will gain from this?
Well, I was thinking about that, and talking to the panel this morning. It's really 2 things. One, yes, for parents, for moms, to listen and to listen to somebody else talk maybe about their struggles. And it's like, oh, I'm not the only one. Somebody else is dealing with that. Or, well, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try that this time. Just hearing somebody else talk about different experiences helps us, I think all of us, learn and work through things, especially if it's fairly new. And being a first time mom, and talking about moms that are just going through this, I think it can be very beneficial. And then the other thing is these moms that I talked to this morning, that I think it's really, I can relate real well of when I share, I get to share and talk about my experiences. That really helps me. And they said that too. It's so nice to talk and not get interrupted, or, I can really share my story. And I think that helps us process too. So I think they've really enjoyed sharing their story, and hopefully more to come. And then I think for moms out there, just to hear from somebody that's just going through very similar things that they are.
Yeah, I think that that's amazing that you're giving, these mothers a space to share their story. Like you said, this is the time to talk about things that maybe might be uncomfortable or maybe might be exciting, but you have, others that are in the same position listening as well. That's a really great community that you're building there, a network, so that nobody feels alone. And I think we've
Right.
all been in that position where, it's something new and you think you might be the only one experiencing this, and that can feel really lonely. So hopefully this will be a good chance for others to feel heard and know that they're not alone.
Yeah, and just when the four of them were sharing stories this morning on our recording, the others were really nodding to each other. It's like, oh yeah, I can relate to what you're just saying. And sometimes there's really hard topics to talk about and some struggles, and also then there's laughter, and in between it's like, oh yeah, that was so funny when that happened. Or it's like, it's just they could really relate. And so the four of them really could relate with each other, and I know that others out there will relate as well.
Awesome. Do you have a time frame or an idea of when this episode will be live, so when we can listen in?
Probably within the next couple weeks. I put it on our lineup. So, like I said, it's recorded and on the lineup now. So, probably in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Exciting. And where can our viewers go to listen to the podcast?
So, I think you have a QR code to share. So, we have this nice flyer, and it's got a QR code, and they can just click on that and with their phone. And when they go to that, you'll see the lineup of the podcasts. And so they can go back, they're all recorded, and they can look at the topics and pick any topics that they want. And again, the topic, the one I just did, the title is Coffee and Crumbs with First Time Working Moms. So you would just look for that. And there's a little blurb about it. And then you can just click on it and listen.
Great. Yeah. So we should all be hopping on Spotify and looking out for the podcast. Make sure that you follow the Family Engagement Friday podcast so that you know right when that episode is live, and also to watch all of the other ones because there's great information shared every Friday.
Yes,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
also put the link in the description, or sorry, in the comments here. So this is the link to Spotify so you can access the podcast from there. All right. Sue, do you have any final thoughts to leave us with today? Anything else you want to share?
The only thing I was thinking of is please share it out to your friends, to your other moms, and to other just your friends. Let them know about our podcast. Share the link widely. We would love to have more viewers, and if you, especially if you get something out of it, talk to other people and let them know that we exist. We'd love to get
Yeah,
our message out.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Definitely spread the word. Lots of incredible information shared on Family Engagement Fridays podcast, and they're quick episodes too. I think, they're intended
Yep.
to be listened to while you're maybe doing school pickup or in the car, doing some chores around the house, anything like that. Podcasts are always great for that.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sue. Thank you to all of our viewers for watching. I hope that everybody hops on Spotify and looks for the podcast and listens in. I know I'm excited to listen to this episode. Also, if you are watching live or the recorded video, don't forget to enter in for our giveaway. We're asking for comments with all of your back to school tips and tricks. So please share those. I know there might be others that maybe might be looking out in the comments for these tips and tricks. It is back to school time. So share all of your ideas with us. I love that. Thank you everyone for watching live today. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.